Bible are good, Dave?
What Bible are you reading?
Creation story, made in God's image. It's all downhill from there. I understand.
It's all downhill.
But the kernel of creation, we should probably try and honor that.
Yeah, record a podcast.
That too. Rhyme or free, it doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry. Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into our poems from youth, yesteryear, or even yesterday, always asking the question, why in the world did I write this? I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
And together this week, we are looking at a poem from my high school collection.
Womp, 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 womp.
Yep, no special guests this week. But Dave, you're here, so we're going to do this.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm on vacation, so I have no energy for fun banter.
Well, my mind is on a permanent vacation because I'm knee deep in the water somewhere.
Is this a reference to something?
Blue sky breeze blowing wind through my hair. Only worry in the world is the waves gonna reach my chair.
I have no clue what you're referencing here.
I believe those are some of the lyrics in possibly the correct order to a Zac Brown Band song.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have caught that anyway. I don't know Zac Brown Band. That's just not...
I also don't know Zac Brown Band.
Well, okay, I do have one fun banter thing that we haven't talked about in the last 15 minutes before recording.
Ooh.
Have you seen Barbie?
Yeah!
So good.
It's so good! Oh my gosh, I loved it!
Okay, so this has now become the Barbie recap show.
Yes.
Two Kens here. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken. What was your favorite part?
Oh gosh, good question. I don't know. It was more kind of heady, existential than I was expecting coming into it. I tried to avoid spoilers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just so good. I can't really, I mean, Greta Gerwig, Noah Baumbach, they knocked it out of the park.
Absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
I thoroughly loved the opening. Like the 2001 A Space Odyssey obelisk opening. It was so funny. And I felt so awkward in the theater because like we just saw it this week.
We did too, yeah.
And like there were so many people still there and it was silent. Nobody was doing anything. And I was just like giggling to myself like a teenager, just
I loved it. Anyway, okay, let's talk about poetry. Dave, do you have a poem for us today?
I do have a poem for us today.
Okay.
This is a poem called Endorphins. That was a fake clearing of my throat to actually try and clear my throat, and then I broke everything. Sorry.
I heard that, yeah.
The dust still has yet to settle, gliding back from the table. My joy bubbles like a kettle. The product is okay and stable. I feel happy, better than usual. Is this what mentally healthy people feel like all the time?
Okay. Autobiographical as always.
How surprising.
What is stable? Your chemical balance or the chemicals that you are mixing on the table?
I'm not mixing chemicals on the table.
That's what I got. I envision like a Breaking Bad situation here, and you're just...
Oh, you know me, yeah.
Yeah. No,
gotta get my endorphins somehow.
What were you doing?
I made a little a planter box. Like a 16 by 16 inch planter box. So gliding back from my table saw, like just feeling good about myself and looking at it and going, this is decent. It's nothing special. It's nothing great, but I like how it looks.
Cool.
Is this what normal people feel like?
Yeah.
Like just on a daily basis, they're like, things are okay. Because that's not how my brain works.
No. Well done. Cool.
You're welcome. I'm
Yeah.
a genius.
I like that one. That was a fun one.
Mostly because it works with Breaking Bad or with terrible woodworking.
Well, you're proud of your work. You should be proud of it.
Woodworking, birch.
No. Oh.
Get it? That was good. That was good. Right? Because it's like science. But
yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I followed you there.
Oh, I'm a genius. I am a genius.
Okay.
I am the one who cuts.
Well, let's get into my high school poetry here.
Yeah, let's get into better poetry.
Oh, no, I can't promise you that. We're still in this ambiguous season 4 poems without a home. Actually, sorry. They never made it into the Wolf Journal.
Right.
They are the ambiguous ones that were only found within the Word document anthologies. So this is still from Thoughts from a Boy and Other Sad Stories, this is from the first anthology. And this one today is called Fate.
Okay.
You'll
Can
be
I
happy.
just...
No. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
You'll be happy with this one. It doesn't start with the word fate.
Okay. I was literally going to say, can I make a prediction that it starts with the word fate?
I beat you to it. Yes, it does not start with the word fate, but the first word is equally as frustrating. So here we go.
I am so proud, heavy air quotes, of you.
Fate. Time. Time. Time is constant and forever, yet it is constantly needed. It is occurring, passing, and existing. Time is the past, present, and future. How do we let it slip away? As we slip slowly to death, time is our life, each moment of our life a second to time. We try to hold on, but it slips through our grasp. Seize the time you are given, for time does not wait, and yet we do.
Okay. When you read it, you read it as time, da-da-da-da-da.
Yes.
Are there 2 times it starts?
There are 2 times in a row.
So you essentially have a title, a subtitle, and then you start your poem.
Or just...
You worked so hard in that moment to be like, come up with something quickly.
I'm going to screen share this one because of how it is formatted. Okay. This could be a concrete poem. Because, first of all, time stands alone in the first line.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, aside from this grossly out of place, each moment of our life a second to time, it's an hourglass. Yeah. It is straight up an hourglass. Why I put this bulky line in the middle is dumb.
I would say, looking at it, if you had underlined that line or like bolded it or italicized it, you could write it off as like slashing through the center of time.
Of the hourglass? Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Like you could make it this is the moment, the second of time. But without any emphasis on it, it just looks like, I wanted to make it a concrete poem, but couldn't.
Yeah, I honestly think I did not have any intent on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving myself too much doubt. It looks so much like an hourglass.
That has to be intentional.
That has to be what I was doing. Maybe that was purposeful. Like the break in the line is first an examination of time, and then we get to what are we going to do about this? And maybe that's like that question at the end of, well, it's not a question, I guess, but it's that seize the day, carpe diem moment.
Carpe tempo.
Yeah, seize the time you are given.
Or carpe tempum.
Yeah, I think that is my not thesis. It's the emphasis of the poem.
I was going to say thesis, too.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of a better way of saying it.
Yeah. But, and that is where the title Fate comes in, I guess.
That's why I'm wondering. Like, you could have left it as fate without the time there, or you could have been your usual self and called it time, and the first word be time.
See, I'm growing here. This is our running theory. The frustration on your face was hilarious.
It's not frustration. I'm not disappointed. I'm not frustrated. I am angry, Aaron.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
The running theory is that these poems were typed as I was retyping the stuff from the Wolf Journal. Right. So something must have triggered this idea of an examination of life and time and slowly. Honestly, this feels a little out of place. It feels like something that should have been an analogy of a life.
Right. This feels like your, to put it gently, self-important exploration of philosophy.
Yes. Yeah. As we fall down that elevator shaft.
Oh my gosh.
Towards our inevitable demise. Such a beautiful analogy of life that I created.
Yes, you created an analogy of falling. I heard a much better analogy for this, and it comes as a whale popping into existence and falling towards the, I don't know, something, but it's probably a friend.
That's Hitchhiker's Guide, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
His was better.
Yeah, no, I'll give it that. Yeah. So time here, we got a concrete poem. I did not immediately start it with the thing that I was trying to define. So kind of. I mean, our fate in life is up to us, I guess, is my
right. I assume that's what you're going for. Yeah. Can you toss it back in the chat?
Oh, yeah, sure. It will lose its concreteness. That's why I had to share it. But
it already lost its concreteness.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Concretion.
Nope.
Conglomeration.
Please stop.
Ignatiousness.
I'm doing fun capitalizations here, too.
Yeah, I was noticing.
I capitalize each starting line, but then I also capitalize time, life, death.
Yeah. But not live, laugh, and love, so I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not getting the crunchiness. What is that called?
Yeah, crunchy.
Yeah. It's not quite crunchy enough.
A white woman's Instagram. Can I say?
No.
As we slip slowly to death. I heard that as alliterative, and that physically pains me to say.
Dave, there's only two there.
I know. I think it was because the S in as.
Sure.
So I heard it as alliterative.
Okay.
But it's definitely not alliterative in my definition, but it sounded like it.
There's consonants. There's assonance and then there's...
No, it's a consonant.
Yeah, but I think consonants...
S is a consonant.
Yeah, no, so what I'm hearing you say is, I win.
See,
I win.
This is back to that whole frustration, disappointment. Nope, that was anger in that moment, Aaron.
Yeah, No, I think I win in the alliterative debate, hands down.
Win is a strong term, especially because we're both idiots who don't know what we're talking about.
True. Very true.
I think that this poem is okay.
Cool.
In some regards, because I haven't heard all of these things in other places. There are some what I would consider original ideas for a teenager.
Okay. I'm not hearing that. I mean, it's basically saying time is past, present, future.
Yeah.
Yep. No. And then seize the time.
Yeah.
I'm not getting, this isn't inspiring to me at all.
No, what I'm saying is if I read this in a published book, I would throw that book in the toilet.
Okay.
But like if a student brought this to me, if a high schooler was like, "Hey, I wrote this in my English class. Can you read it?" I'd go, "Huh, you're thinking about something. Like you're trying to process something, and I can appreciate that. It does suck, but not as bad as some of the other stuff that you've had me read."
This is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not repulsive at the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's some salvageable parts here. As we slip slowly to death is a fun line.
I like that. Yeah.
Fun might be the wrong word. Sorry.
No, no, I think you nailed it. Fun.
Okay, yeah.
Who doesn't equate death and fun, Aaron?
It's a slip slide to death. You know, a slip and slide. That is a fun thing. just go belly first.
Stairway to heaven, slip and slide to hell. Is that it?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry, I cut you off at each moment.
Yeah, I was just going to say, each moment of our life, a second of time. A
second to time.
Oh, a second to time. I hate that so much. Like that, again, there are some decent ideas here, but that line is just like, what are you, why? Also, time is constant and forever. Is it?
Well, that depends on your understanding of the universe, and as time is defined through Einstein's theory of movement of light. I'm going to get that wrong.
Einstein's theory of special relativity.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, because time is
clearly supplanted
Newton's
theory of general relativity.
General relativity. That's what. Yep, we're on the same. We're on the same page, Dave. We are so far out of our element.
We are the correct people to be having this discussion. I am a white man. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
We are going to speculate out of our butts.
Hey, Aaron.
What?
If I learned anything, horses are man extenders.
Yes. And so everything is just an extension of man.
Yeah.
So therefore man is the counter of time. So
right, let's just dive straight into the patriarchy and our toxic masculinity, because it means we're right, Aaron.
And we're going to ride that horse right into the sunset, Dave.
I'd prefer to ride it directly into the sun.
The slip and slide of death. So I think wrapping up this discussion before we waste anyone else's seconds of time, go see the Barbie movie.
Go see Barbie. It's much better than the crap we're putting out.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Dave. Good or garbage?
Okay. I think I have the metaphor.
That is your job in this role. Yes.
Good or garbage?
Mm-hmm.
I would say this is like the time in the Barbie movie where Barbie takes a sip of water in the real world and she throws it on her own face because she's not used to it having anything in a cup. So I feel like this is young Aaron trying to explore something and like catching something, like the tail end of something, and then not knowing what to do with it, like the proverbial dog that actually catches the car and doesn't know what to do because they're not used to catching it, or they're not used to there being water in the cup, or they're not used to their thoughts having any meaning whatsoever.
I'll take it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. We got a splash of water to the face today.
In the worst way possible.
In that slip and slide.
In the slip and slide to death.
Okay, we're going to end this week with the words of a true poet, because everyone needs a palate cleanser. This is called Better to Die by Florence Earle Coates. Here we go. Better to die where gallant men are dying than to live on with them that baseless fly. Better to fall the soulless fates defying than unassailed to wander vainly trying to turn one's face from an accusing sky. Days matter not, nor years to the undaunted. To live is nothing but to nobly live. The poorest visions of the honored haunted are better worth than pleasure masks enchanted, and they win life who life for others give. The planets in their watchful course behold them. To live is nothing but to nobly live. For though the earth with mother hands remold them, through ocean in this billowy arms enfold them, they are as gods who life to others give.
I didn't think I was going to agree with this poem at the beginning, because it sounded very vainglorious. Like, but I mean, I guess that is vainglorious. The ending is give to others, and that is kind of your value.
Yeah.
I don't know, like to each according to their need, from each according to their ability.
I think so. I think that's what's coming out. Yeah. Well, folks, this has been My Bad Poetry.
Now go seize the day and write your own bad poetry. What was that wrong, Aaron? Did I do it wrong?
I did not like that.
Did I do it wrong? Okay, sorry. Now go slip and slide into death and write your own bad poetry.
There we go. Rhyme free doesn't matter.